Hi, my name is Suzanne Rice. I'm with Journey's Hypnosis, and I'm here to talk a little bit about what to expect after your hypnosis session. So, immediately following your session, you might find yourself feeling a little woozy, a little bit out of it. Most people do, that's normal. The best way to ground yourself is to really just step outside, touch a tree, or imagine tree roots growing from your feet into the ground. If you're home, just step outside barefoot. That's the best way to ground. But in any case, take a little time before driving. And then for the rest of the day, whatever self-care is for you. So that might be rest, that might be going out for a walk. You decide what feels best for you. I encourage you to avoid stress or violence like video games or movies or of course, the news right now, right? And just do things that feel good. Drink lots of water, avoid alcohol, get a good night of sleep. And then how do you know if your appointment worked? How do you know if what you did worked? Well, I will say that I get it. I know it just feels like you just made a lot of stuff up. And that's kind of how it works when working with the subconscious mind, because you're working with the frontal lobe of the mind, which is that imaginative, creative place. And everything that's within our subconscious mind filters through that frontal lobe. So it does feel like imagination. I encourage you just to trust your experience. What you did was correct. You had great guidance while working with me. And know that whatever came up in your mind came up for a reason, even if it felt like you were just making things up. And the best way to be able to test what came up, did this work? The different interventions that we imagined, even though they weren't real. The best way to test to see if the outcome of your session was effective is to really just be in the face of what used to trigger you. So up until your appointment, what used to trigger you? And sometimes the changes are so subtle and so deep because this is energy work. You'll actually have to take time to notice, oh, wait, when that person walked in the room, I didn't feel angry. Or when that person called me, I didn't have an automatic response like I used to. So pay attention to what it is that you're noticing. In many cases, the people that are in your life will notice your changes before you do. So just take your time with it. Reach out if you have any questions at all. Know that every session after your first gets better and better. So if you do notice that there's still triggers, things that are coming up that are inciting those old feelings, well, that's information, and that would be helpful for us to know when we work together again. So who triggered you, what triggered you, why, where, when, how, all of that information is important. So pay attention to that so that we know what to work on should we need to continue to work on this. So thank you so much for trusting me to facilitate your session. I'm honored that you trusted me to work with you. If you have any questions at all about anything, know that I'm a resource and I'd love to continue to work with you, and I'll respond via email. Know that every session after your first will be even better. So when you're ready for your next session, reach out and we can continue to work on your issue if it didn't get completely cleared, or we can start working on the next thing so that you can step into your best self.